Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Riftstone, and here we are ready to discover the magic world again. And today we'll be discovering Magic the World Gathering top 10 portal cards. And now, at number 10. So at number 10 we got Portal of Sanctuary from the core set 2020. It's an uncommon, going for only 10 cents on the market at the time of this video. Well, it's a really cool picture, so I'm very impressed with the picture. Basically this artifact says, pay 1, return target creature you control, and each aura attached to it to its owner's hands. Activate this ability only during your turn. Now this could be kind of like the saving grace for your own creatures, but again, it's at number 10, so this is not very powerful. For 3 mana, you can do so much more, and it's here because I love the picture. That is like one of my favorite pictures from M20. So now, at number 9. At number 9, we got Portal Mage. That's right, a human wizard from Commander 2017 or 2020. It's a rare going for roughly 18 cents on the market. Well, this card, again, costs 3 mana just like the previous card. I really like it, again, as you have seen throughout the videos, that I love Flash. So this is why it's at number 9. Because of that, other than that, I would actually push it more further into the number 3 spot, but other than that, basically it says when it enters the battlefield during the declare attacker step, you may reselect which player or planeswalker target attacking creature is attacking. So this is more of a multiplayer card. This is why it's at number 9. It doesn't really do very well from one-on-one, but that's why it's in the Commander series and so forth. So let's just move on to number 8. And at number 8, we got Riftstone Portal from Judgment. It's an uncommon going for $1.60 right now on the market. I remember playing this card, and basically anyone who played green-white, this was the number 1 card they played, even though it's uncommon. Tap it, add 1 color to your mana pool, or as long as Riftstone Portal is in your graveyard, lands you control have add green or white. So that's really cool. So you can destroy your lands, and then you can have this extra ability, which is very cool. So now let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we got Prototype Portal from Scars of Mirrodin or Commander 2018. It's a rare going for 50 cents on the market. I actually like this picture as well. I think the portal cards are actually all really cool. Basically, it has imprint. It says when a Prototype Portal enters the battlefield, you may exile an artifact card from your hand. Or X, tap, create a token that's a copy of the exiled card. X is the converted mana cost of that card. So this card kind of basically saves your cards if you want to play them later. And if the opponent doesn't have artifact destruction and has discard, well, this card is ultimate. You want to put that in deck if you know that he has discards from your hand. But in the whole portal world, it's not too bad. So let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we got the impressive Coercive Portal from Conspiracy. It's a mythic rare, that's right, going for $11.30 at the current market. Well, basically, it costs 4 mana to put in play, so that's not too bad. And it has Will of the Council, which is a really cool saying. It says, at the beginning of your upkeep, starting with you, each player votes for Carnage or Homage. If Carnage gets more votes, sacrifice Coercive Portal and destroy all landline permanents. If Homage gets more votes, or the vote is tied, draw a card. So this is a really cool multiplayer game. And if you're playing 1-on-1, you're essentially going to draw a card, because who wants to destroy all non-land permanents? But you never know how it turns out. So this is a very cool card where it kind of interacts with everyone in the Magic playing world. So let's move on to number 5. So halfway down our list is Phyrexian Portal from Alliance. It's a rare going for $4.01 currently on the market at the time of this video. I'm guessing because it's on the reserve list. So this card is actually kind of cool. It can work against you as well. This is why it's halfway down the list, is because it says for 3 colors, target opponent looks at the top 10 cards of your library and separates them into 2 face-down piles. Choose one of those piles and remove it from the game. Search the remaining pile and put one of those cards into your hand. Shuffle the remaining cards into your library. Ignore this effect if you have fewer than 10 cards in your library. So, do you want to get rid of the cards in your library or not? That's to choose that one card that you want. Nowadays, I find this would be not a rare, at least uncommon. So anyway, let's move on to number 4. So at number 4, we got Planar Portal from Invasion or 8th edition. It's a rare going for $3.22. Now this card is very cool. The only drawback, obviously, would be the mana spent on this. It costs 6 to put this artifact into play, but it says pay 6, tap, search your library for a card and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. So basically, as I just said, you can search your card library for any card that you want for 6 mana. Now, do you want to waste 6 mana all the time? It's very rare that you're going to get something that costs 6 mana and then be able to play it next turn and search. This is more of a very late game card. This is why it's at number 4. Again, that's really cool. I really like the card, but it has that huge drawback. So let's move on to number 3, which we have is Belbe's Portal from Nemesis, or you can get it in a Mystery Booster. It's a rare, going for about $3.04 on the current market at this time of video. Now, this card is actually really cool. I really like this card, and it really has a huge storyline into Crovax, which you can find out in the video on this channel. Basically, it says for 5 colors, put into play, but as it comes into play, choose a creature type. So for 3 colors, put a creature card of the chosen type from your hand into play. Now, it's at number 3 because it's actually pretty balanced, I think. It costs 5 to put into play, but then it costs 3 to basically put whatever you want. So if you want to put out, like, for example, Krakens, well, this card would be 100% helpful. If you say Elves, well, it probably wouldn't be as helpful because it costs less than actually putting into play. So let's move on to number 2. And at number 2, we got Possessed Portal from 5th Dawn, and it's a rare going for $3.48. Well, it costs 8 to play it, but because it says if a player would draw a card, that player skips their draw instead. At the end of each turn, each player sacrifices a permanent unless he or she discards a card from his or her hand. So obviously, this can work against you or not work against you, so I recommend having a blue deck with this card. But basically, it stops an opponent from drawing cards. So this is why it's very powerful. That's why it's worth $3.48. But again, it's not too overly powerful because it can affect you as well. So you want to draw cards with basically a lot of blue spells would help you with that. So let's move on to the best card at number 1. Well, at number 1, I might be a little biased because I do love the Exodus series, but it is Erratic Portal from Exodus. It's a rare going for $4.87 currently at the market. Well, it costs 4 to put into play. Pretty good. And then basically it says pay 1, return target creature to its owner's hand unless its controller pays 1. This is a complete controlling card, which I love. It can work against anything, especially when you're playing against instant decks. So it helps, stops, like if you're playing, say, a blue deck and you say counter target spell, but if you return the target creature, he pays 1, or she, and then they don't have that mana to pay counter. That could be quite frustrating, so you can just do that every turn. Can you imagine having 4 of those in play? Be very rare, but can you imagine? And then you have, like, say, Relic Buried, untap target artifact, and then pay 1 to untap tap. That would be just 100% annoying. I love this card. I like the picture by John Madison. And I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.